And it is day 6 of mega farmer protest against the 3 new farm laws passed in the parliament this September this year. Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar has called for a meeting of the Farmers Union at 3 p.m. at Vigyan Bhavan today. These unions who had participated in the first round of talks earlier have been invited for talks once again. Sources are now indicating that the farmers could also meet Amit Shah today. The decision to advance the talks came after Home Minister Amit Shah and Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar met twice in a span of 24 hours itself on Monday to discuss the course of action going forward. This is coming in as farmers continue to lay siege at the national capital's borders. Protesting farmers continue to block at least 4 border points in North and West Delhi. In North and Northwest Delhi, I beg your pardon, and maintain that they will not deter until new farm laws are nullified.
सभी किसान यूनियन के महानुभावों को और किसान बंधुओं को यह आग्रह करना चाहता हूं कि आंदोलन का रास्ता त्याग कर वो चर्चा करें और उनको निमंत्रण भेज दिया गया है और वो चर्चा से जो रास्ते निकल सकते हैं वो सरकार उस पर विचार करने के लिए पूरी तरह पहले भी तैयार थी और आज भी तैयार है.
As farmers' protest continues to rage at Delhi's borders, Prime Minister Modi, who was at his home constituency in Varanasi, vehemently defended the farm laws. He assured the farmers that new farm laws will benefit and protect the farmers. He blamed the opposition for misleading farmers. Here's a complete report that's coming in.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi defends his government's farm reforms twice in 2 days. First in Mann Ki Baat on Sunday, and now from his constituency, Varanasi.
अन्न देवता लोगन के प्रणाम हो और मां गंगा के घाट पर से कहना चाहता हूं, काशी जैसी पवित्र नगरी से कह रहा हूं, अब छल से नहीं, गंगा जल जैसी पवित्र नीयत के साथ काम किया जा रहा है.
In a point-by-point reply to criticism, Prime Minister Modi listed out the benefits of farm laws, saying they empower the farmers by giving them more options.
अब आप ही बताइए कि अगर मंडियां और एमएसपी को ही हटाना था तो इतनी बड़ी हम ताकत क्यों देते भाई? हम इन पर इतना निवेश ही क्यों करते?
Prime Minister Modi accused the opposition of spreading misinformation and offered talks with farmers who are protesting against new laws.
भारत के कृषि उत्पाद पूरी दुनिया में मशहूर है. क्या किसान की इस बड़े मार्केट और ज्यादा दाम तक किसान की पहुंच होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए?
The agitating farmer groups who have laid siege to the national capital, however, hit back.
या तो आप मान लीजिए कि किसान पागल है, पता नहीं है, जिस चीज के बारे में कुछ जानता नहीं है उसके लिए 300-400 किलोमीटर आ गया है, पानी की बौछारें झेलते हुए आ गया है, टूटी सड़क को ठीक करते हुए आ गया है. या कम से कम इतना तो मान लीजिए कि किसान को भी दिमाग है, उसे समझ है कि उसकी अच्छाई बुराई कहाँ है.
There are some signs of some movements in the face-off between the farmers and the government. India today has learned that following talks between Home Minister Amit Shah and Bharatiya Kisan Union leaders, the Home Minister will meet the protesting farmer leaders.
जो हमारे APMC एक्ट है, वो एक्ट को तोड़ा जा रहा है. उसको तोड़कर प्राइवेट प्लेयर को आजादी दी जा रही है. उससे ना तो उसे लाइसेंस देना है ना फीस लेना है, उसको जमाखोरी करने का मौका दिया जा रहा है.
जिन्होंने 13 नवंबर को बातचीत की है उनसे बातचीत करें और मोदी जी खुद बातचीत करें और पूरे देश की 500 से प्लस जथेबंदियां हैं उनको निमंत्रण दिया जाए.
Farmers, meanwhile, have laid siege to the national capital. They have blocked at least 4 border points in North and Northwest Delhi. Singhu, Lampur, Shaifabad and Tikri border remain blocked.
Celebrating Guru Parv miles away from their homes here on the Delhi-Ghaziabad border. The protesting farmers are unrelenting despite Prime Minister's assurances. The farmer unions have made it clear that the agitation will go on unless their demand on MSP is met with. With camera person Anil Jaiswal, this is Anand Patel in Ghaziabad for India Today.
As protests against farm laws rages on, Delhi police has lodged an FIR at Alipur police station against unidentified individuals for rioting and damaging public property in connection with the farmers and police clash on 27th of November at Singhu border. In the FIR, Delhi police has slapped section 186, 353, 332 and section 147 of the IPC against unknown people. The police claims that protesters forcefully tried to enter the capital. This FIR comes 3 days after a violent face-off was witnessed at Delhi's Singhu border between the security forces and the agitating farmers. The police claim that the protesting farmers pelted stones and destroyed public property. After a high decibel campaign, Hyderabad is voting in the civic polls today. The polling that is happening through ballot paper has just begun and it's going to end at 6 p.m. in the evening. As many as 1,122 candidates are in the poll fray for 150 civic wards. The GHMC, with a population of more than 1 crore, has over 74 lakh eligible voters, including over 38 lakh male and 35 lakh female voters. A total of 9,101 polling stations have been set up for voting in 150 divisions. The results are going to be declared on 4th December. The polls are being seen as a three-way contest between TRS, BJP and AIMIM, top BJP leaders in Hyderabad, as the party looks to increase its presence in the hinterland of Telangana. In the last elections in December 2015, TRS had won 99 out of 150 seats and its alliance partner, and AIMIM had bagged 44 seats. Election campaign for the local body polls witness high voltage campaigning, be it ruling KCR, OAC's AIMIM or BJP. Everyone did fierce campaigning. Here's a look at some of the earlier reactions in these political parties.
कि हम हैदराबाद को नवाब निजाम कल्चर से मुक्त होकर एक मिनी इंडिया बने ऐसा शहर बनाने की दिशा में आगे बढ़ेंगे। निजाम कल्चर को त्याग कर एक आधुनिक शहर बने, इस प्रकार का हम हैदराबाद को बनाएंगे।
मित्रों, हम सबको तय करना होगा कि हैदराबाद को भाग्यनगर बना करके फिर से विकास की नई बुलंदियों तक पहुंचाना है, ये हम सबको तय करना है।
ये पुराने शहर की आवाम इस तौहीन का जवाब 1 दिसंबर को देगी और बताएगी कि ये जो सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक की आप बात कर रहे थे ना, हम डेमोक्रेटिक स्ट्राइक करके दिखाएंगे बीजेपी के खिलाफ 1 दिसंबर को इंशाअल्लाह ताला।
क्योंकि सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक जहां तक मेरी जानकारी है शत्रु देश पे किया जाता है, तो पता नहीं यहाँ क्या हो रहा है। बीजेपी के जो यहाँ के लीडर हैं पूरी के पूरी तरह से वो मतलब अपने संतुलन खो चुके हैं और 4 वोटों के लिए 4 सीटों के लिए कुछ भी बोलते हैं, जिससे हैदराबाद की ब्रांड इमेज और हैदराबाद की बिजनेस भी अफेक्ट हो सकती है।
The second phase of the Jammu and Kashmir DDC polls is going to take place today. Voting is going to take place in 43 constituencies across Jammu and Kashmir, and the fate of 321 candidates is going to be sealed today. 196 candidates are going to be contesting from Kashmir, whereas 125 candidates will be contesting from Jammu. The DDC polls are first elections taking place in the region post revocation of Article 370 in August 2019. The first phase of polling took place on Saturday with a 51.76% turnout. The DDC polls will be taking place in 8 phases with last date of polling on 19 December. Counting is going to take place on 22nd of December. PDP President Mehbooba Mufti on Sunday said elections are no solution to the Kashmir problem and called for a dialogue between India and Pakistan to address the issue. She also accused the BJP-led government at the centre of murdering the democracy in the name of District Development Council. Here's a look.
हिंदुस्तान पाकिस्तान के किसी स्टेट में मुझे बताइए इतनी फौज है, वो भी सिविलियन एरियाज में। 370 को खत्म करने के बाद सारी समस्याएं खत्म हो गई हैं, फिर तो फौज को यहाँ नहीं होना चाहिए था। दे शुड बी एट द बॉर्डर्स। डायलॉग के जरिए जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों के साथ बातचीत हो, पाकिस्तान के साथ बातचीत हो। क्या है रोशनी? रोशनी वॉज अ स्कीम और उसको स्कैम बना दिया, जो असली इनका स्कैम है।
Mehbooba Mufti, former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister and PDP chief, launched a frontal attack on the BJP, accusing it of murdering democracy in the erstwhile state of J&K. She insisted District Development Council polls were not a solution to the Kashmir issue.
DDC के नाम पे डेमोक्रेसी का कत्ल किया जा रहा है और जो हमारे इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं, जो इस कंट्री को चेक्स एंड बैलेंसेस के तरीके से काम करना चाहिए था, unfortunately they have been compromised.
Mehbooba Mufti is in the eye of a storm for claiming that there were 9 lakh security forces personnel in J&K. She also advocated talking to Pakistan, asking if India could talk to China for land grab, why not Pakistan? She asked if Pakistan, being a Muslim nation, was the reason.
I am happy कि लोग ये एक्सप्रेस करते हैं कि हम वोट डालते हैं इसलिए कि इंडिया पाकिस्तान बात होनी चाहिए। मैं तो बार बार कहती हूँ, जितनी जमीन हमारी चाइना ने ली है तो उसके साथ तो हम बात कर रहे हैं। 9th 10th राउंड हमारा बातचीत का हुआ, पर जो हमारे बॉर्डर्स पे हमारे लोग मर रहे हैं, दोनों तरफ से मर रहे हैं, उसके पाकिस्तान से बात क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं? What is it about? Again about being, is it about being Muslim? A Muslim country, इसलिए बात नहीं करनी है? Because everything is communal now.
She accused the centre and even the Election Commission of blatant double standards. Mehbooba Mufti claimed the Gupkar Alliance candidates were not given a level playing field in terms of security and freedom to campaign.
हमारे जो कैंडिडेट्स हैं, जो PhD के कैंडिडेट्स हैं, उनको बाहर नहीं जाने देते हैं, उनको कहीं बंद रखा हुआ है, जो घरों में हैं उनको कैंपेन के लिए जाने नहीं देते। मुझे समझ नहीं आता है कि ये कैसा इलेक्शन है जिसमें आप कैंडिडेट को ही कैनवासिंग के लिए जाने नहीं दे रहे हो, तो वो कैसे लड़ेगा, वो क्या करेगा? पूरी जमहूरियत का इन्होंने मजाक बना रखा है।
The PDP chief also insisted Roshni was not a land scam but an enabler to provide land rights to the poor. With Shujaul Haq in Srinagar and Sunil Ji Bhatt in Jammu, Bureau Report, India Today.
The cost of RT-PCR test has been slashed in Delhi from 2,400 rupees earlier. The RT-PCR test will now cost 800 rupees. In case of home collection of the sample, the cost of test is going to be 1,200 rupees. All labs and hospitals also have been asked to display the revised rates at a prominent place within 24 hours itself. Private labs have also been asked to process the samples, share the reports with the clients and then update all the reports on the ICMR portal within 24 hours of sample collection. Delhi, meanwhile, is witnessing a slight decline in the new COVID-19 cases. 3,726 fresh cases and 100 deaths were reported on Monday. And as firms across the world are hoping to finalize a vaccine to cure COVID-19, countries are looking to seal a maximum number of vaccines for their citizens at a low cost. India is not far away behind. Prime Minister Modi held a meeting with the developers of 3 vaccines yesterday. This is his 4th such meeting with stakeholders. The government is taking efforts to ensure that a vaccine is available for everyone soon. Here's a report.
India is stepping up efforts to secure a vaccine that will be affordable and can be distributed across the country with ease. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a meeting with the developers of 3 vaccine candidates on Monday morning. The PM held talks with executives of Genoa Biopharma, Biological E and Dr. Reddy. While Genoa Biopharma and Biological E are working on their own vaccines, Dr. Reddy has tied up with Russian Direct Investment Fund to conduct trials of Sputnik 5. In the meeting, aspects of delivering the vaccine such as logistics, transport, cold chain, etc. were discussed. The Prime Minister asked for suggestions regarding regulatory processes. He also requested the firms to inform the public about the vaccines, their efficacy in a simple manner so that it is widely understood. The meeting takes place 2 days after the Prime Minister visited vaccine manufacturing and distribution centres of Serum Institute, Bharat Biotech and Zydus Biotech to review the status of vaccine production. Meanwhile, a controversy has erupted over AstraZeneca vaccine trials in India. A Chennai-based participant has filed a lawsuit against Serum Institute after his health allegedly worsened after taking the shots. The 40-year-old claimed that he suffered a neurological breakdown and impairment of cognitive functions. Serum Institute says the volunteer's health condition had nothing to do with the vaccine. The company says it is sending a defamation notice to the participant. With several vaccine candidates under trial across the world, the expectation is that a preventive cure will be out soon. Bureau Report, India Today.
Indian team will take on Australia in the third and final ODI at Manuka Oval. Having lost the first two ODIs, Kohli's men will look to avoid a clean sweep. Bowling has been a major concern for the men in blue. Here's how India's strength turned into their weakness at the big Aussie test. Here's a look.
Right, it's got the edge this time. Pat Cummins picks up the wicket.
In a matter of just 3 days, the bubble, not the biosecure one, has burst.
Has to be out. Was given.
In a matter of 3 days, India have surrendered an ODI series to Australia.
Another comprehensive victory for Australia. They have won this one ODI series.
The perennial problems haven't subsided and new issues have cropped up.
Bowling change, and Navdeep Saini has been welcomed with a boundary, in fact the maximum.
For the second time in as many matches, India allowed Aussies off to a start from where there was no coming back. In the last 5 ODIs, India haven't been able to make early inroads.
Finch getting in on the act now as well.
The last series that India played against New Zealand, the best they could do to break an opening stand was in Hamilton, where the first wicket came at the score of 85. Aussie openers added 156 in the first game, and in the next, there was another century stand.
Yeah, that's right. Completely outplayed. I think with the ball we were not that effective. We just didn't hit the areas that we wanted to consistently, and then they've got a pretty strong batting lineup. They understand these conditions and the pitches and the angles of the fields very well. But yeah, look, we had to bowl in one area for long enough, and we didn't. And
welcome.
The inability to get breakthroughs in the power play has allowed oppositions to score big against India. Not just the pacers, spinners have become another headache.
Oh, he's got hold of that. He's got hold of that. Enough, well enough into the seats there with the spectators for 6.
Not only are they leaking runs, but they aren't picking wickets either.
As a bowler has what to do. Look at that. You run down the track, you don't know whether he's going to hit you straight or square.
In the last 2 ODIs, Chahal and Jadeja have bowled 39 overs between them that have cost India 283 runs for just 1 wicket. India's record in the ODIs this year isn't too great, and they have now lost 5 matches and 2 series on the trot.
And here's another one, so it just spoils.
Sports Bureau, India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.